Meanwhile, security has been beefed up in Moradabad. Vishwa Hindu Parishad and BJP workers are on the way to Moradabad. They say they will defy Section 144 that is in place. Sadhvi Prachi is that lady you see on your television screen. BJP workers on their way to Moradabad. They're saying that at that Kent temple, they will carry out a Jalabhishek. The administration says we will have absolutely none of this. Section 144 is in place. CCTV cameras, mobile cameras, rapid action force, the Uttar Pradesh police, other police forces have been deployed in this area. The situation is extremely tense. There was Shivratri, there was the Alvida Namaz yesterday, and after that the administration insisting they will ensure peace is not disturbed. And joining me now for the latest is Jugal Purohit. Jugal, you are at Moradabad. Tell us the situation on ground. Sadhvi Prachi, other VHP leaders who are planning to come from both sides, other BJP leaders, have they succeeded? Where are they?
Well, Gaurav, as we understand, the situation, as you rightly pointed out, in Moradabad is tense right now. In fact, as many as 7 different police force organizations are out here right now. I'm given to understand the total number of theirs is more than 3,000. Also, adjoining districts like Bareilly, Shahjahanpur, they've been all asked to contribute their own police forces to Moradabad for the day. In fact, for the coming few days, given the kind of situation that is at hand. Just a short while back, Gaurav, we saw that 2 MLAs of the Bharatiya Janata Party, that's Suresh Rana and Lokender Chaube, they managed to somehow enter this police station where I am standing at Kant, and they were then subsequently allowed to actually submit their application, which was basically calling for an inquiry against the SSP, Mr. Dharamveer, who, if you remember, in the first week of July, there was massive violence out here on account of sword pelting. The BJP accuses the SSP of acting as an agent of the Samajwadi Party, the ruling party in here, and on account of that, those 2 people could at least make it to Kant, but most of the others have not been able to. All along our route from Delhi, we've been at it since morning. There were multiple checkpoints which have been established. Our identities were asked off. We were told to show our press cards, and only then we could reach here. So there is a lot of deployment. It seems to be a well thought out deployment of the police personnel on the ground here. And as I said, till now, only 2 MLAs, that too from a wall on the rear entrance of this police station, managed to come in. And I'm also given to understand that the BJP UP President Lakshmikant Vajpayee, I'm sorry, is right now at the residence of the district magistrate. He's holding a dharna there, and basically they want to, initiate this inquiry, get the inquiry initiated. Just a short while back, Gaurav, the DM, cited a High Court order and said that the Bharatiya Janata Party's allegations that the loudspeaker shouldn't have been allowed are baseless, because the High Court order says that the loudspeaker will only and only be allowed after the permission is given by the district administration. So that's the situation here on the ground, Gaurav.
Okay, I want to understand more about what is happening in Saharanpur, what is happening in Moradabad, what is happening in Ghaziabad, what happened in Muzaffarnagar, and is there a deliberate game plan? Is there an agenda, and who does this benefit? But before that, I also want to bring in Ambassador G. Parthasarathy, who is with us on the broadcast. Ambassador, the world is looking at India. How does the world react to what's happening?
I would have hoped that on this day the world would focus on the Kargil victory. That is really the glory of India. Instead, I am saddened to see right next to the capital and beyond, there are communal riots. In the case of Uttar Pradesh, all I can say is that we had a young chief minister from whom much was expected. But sadly, when I speak to the IAS and IPS officers from there, we find an administration which is thoroughly demoralized. That has to be set right. If you don't have a functioning administration, and only the political leadership can do that, you're asking for trouble. Then we have another thing which was surprising on Kargil. There was reading in the Pakistani press. That a national icon, Sania Mirza. Her credentials have been called into question by the politicians of our own home state. I'm glad the ruling party in Delhi have really come down heavily on that, which is the only
Yes.
appropriate thing to do.
But
I think
that's a very important aspect that you're pointing out. If we were to specifically talk about Uttar Pradesh at this point, and Amir, you are in Lucknow. You've been speaking to top officials in the Uttar Pradesh administration. Why is it that they are caught napping? What's happening in Saharanpur isn't just a sudden eruption of the situation. There is a history to what is happening in Saharanpur. Construction adjacent to a place of religious worship. The administration is well aware of the situation on ground. Why did the administration not act post haste to contain the situation and prevent the flare up?
Well, definitely, Gaurav, in Saharanpur, the district administration and the state government will have to take their share of blame on themselves, because definitely in Saharanpur things were allowed to kind of drift against what the state administration would have wanted. But then in Moradabad, there's a very clear-cut message from the state government and also from the administration in Moradabad that things have gone out of control because of politicking therein. Especially they've named the BJP. The SSP has also come out and said that the court has supported us. The High Court has said that anybody who wants to loudspeakers on any place of worship will need to get a mandatory permission from the local administration before going ahead and installing them. So therefore, I say their stand is vindicated, and if the BJP goes further and wants to consolidate people on this issue, this is pure politicking and has nothing to do with the kind of rules and regulations that are required to gain such permissions.
And so, which brings us to that important point that when the administration wants to act, like in Moradabad, they are well within their rights and they have the will to react. But when they don't want to react, or when they don't have clear political orders, that's the question that we're asking on the other side of a short break. Why is it that they've done so well in Moradabad? Why is it that violence erupted in Saharanpur? And the young Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Akhilesh Yadav, will have to answer that question. 3 images of violence and tension across western Uttar Pradesh. In Saharanpur, violent clashes taking place between two communities over construction adjacent to a religious site. Police clearly caught napping. You're looking at that visual of tear gas shells being fired, rubber bullets being used, a hearse was set on fire, several shops gutted. In Moradabad, police deployed in large numbers to ensure that the Vishwa Hindu Parishad is not able to carry out its Jalabhishek at the Kant temple, where there was a dispute over a loudspeaker being removed. The BJP says they want the senior superintendent of police, Dharamveer Yadav, removed because Dharamveer Yadav, according to the police, acted more like a Samajwadi Party activist and less like an Indian police service officer that he is. That's the allegation. The third picture is of Ghaziabad, where senior Congress leaders like Madhusudan Mistry and Nagma, they've been detained along with Congress workers. They were on their way with a peace rally to Moradabad to counter the VHP BJP rally for the Jalabhishek. They've been detained by the police. I want to bring in headlines today's Amir Haq from Lucknow for the bigger picture. Amir, in Moradabad, police were deployed in large numbers. You had the state police, you had the reserve police, you had central police organizations on standby, the district magistrate, other police officers, all in place to ensure there is no flare-up. Why then in Saharanpur has there been a flare-up when there has been a history of tension? Why was the administration not geared up, or is there a deeper political design there?
Well, Gaurav, obviously, the Moradabad and Kant issue has been, dragging on for the last over a month. So definitely that was, tension therein was something that the district administration and also people here in Lucknow from the government had perceived much beforehand. Also, the BJP leaders from Uttar Pradesh had gone in and met the Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav on the 18th of this month, kind of giving an indication that they could march ahead and go back to Kant if their demands are not met with. So this was something that had a background, and therefore the district administration perceived that there could be a threat to law and order, so they were much better prepared. But in Saharanpur case, in the case of Saharanpur, definitely, things developed overnight, and perhaps, caught the district administration unawares, and that was something that surprised them. More reinforcement.
I want to quickly bring in Amarnath Chaudhary, the Congress Party spokesperson in Uttar Pradesh. Amarnath Chaudhary, the police well prepared in Moradabad, but caught napping in Saharanpur. Do you see a design here?
The police the action of the police in Moradabad is not satisfactory, as well as in Saharanpur. They are not prepared. They come only after the incidents occurred all the time. This is the failure of the UP police and the administration. They are not serious. They are helping BJP somehow in destabilizing the state. BJP's main agenda is the communal agenda. They are coming to power by using the communal agenda. They are continuously inflaming the situation, as well as in Saharanpur, Kant, Muzaffarnagar, wherever they are just doing the communal agenda everywhere. So we are organizing a peace march.
Okay.
We can do this. A political party is supposed to give communal harmony in the state, but BJP is just doing opposite of this.
But many would allege, Amarnath Chaudhary, that your peace march is restricted to Moradabad and does not extend to the situation in Saharanpur. Is it because violence in Moradabad was targeting one community, the violence in Saharanpur targets another community?
Yeah, definitely. We are not able to control the situation, and BJP inciting this agitation. Their agenda, communal agenda, they are working on that only. The government has to deal with them very strongly. Our political party is not supposed for a loudspeaker in the temple.
Okay.
The party who is ruling the country.
Yes.
The BJP
Okay.
BJP
That's a
is also
serious
supposed
allegation that you're leveling, that the Samajwadi Party is actually helping the Bharatiya Janata Party. Ambassador Partha Sarthi, the administration is supposed to rule without fear or favor. But is there merit in the allegation that the administration is adopting double standards when it comes to the situation in Moradabad and the situation in Saharanpur?
It would be difficult to say that categorically without assessing personally the situation on the ground. But I would say this, that there is a widespread feeling in the country that the administration in UP leaves much to be desired. You have excellent service officers there,
Okay.
the civil services and the police. But it's a question of the political will.
Yes.
To act fairly, justly, and in accordance with the constitution.
Yes.
If a party in power chooses to play communal games, or if it feels that its favorites have to be sort of helped out, then you have a problem. Then you have an administration unable to act.
And that is exactly what appears to be happening in Uttar Pradesh. We will track this situation in Moradabad, in Saharanpur, in Ghaziabad, across Uttar Pradesh very closely. Is the administration acting without fear or favor? We will track that story. I'd like to thank all my guests for being a part of this broadcast.